Chapter 6, Jade. Friday morning, Jade was sitting at her desk when she heard a knock. Looking up, she saw her best friend and fellow English teacher, Lacey Swanson. "Well, look who's finally back," Jade smiled. "Liam feeling better?" Lacey had been out all week due to her 3-year-old son being sick. "We have been vomit-free for 36 hours, so we're all feeling amazing." Tightening her long blonde ponytail, Lacey sat on top of a desk. "The real question is, what do you think about the new football coach?" She wiggled her eyebrows. "What did you hear?" Jade sighed. "Oh, just that you guys have been spending a lot of time together. You know that teacher lounge gossip is 99% false." Lacey smirked. "Yeah, but it's that 1% of truth I'm interested in. So spill, woman." "First of all, I was mandated by Mr. Wesley to spend time with Cam. He called it a role reversal. If I wanted to get funding for the art club, we had to switch places. He had to lead the art students and I had to coach the team." "Cam, huh? Y'all are on a first-name basis?" "Is that all you heard?" Jade shook her head. So what? Is he single?" Jade gathered the English essays scattered on her desk. "I have no idea." "Do you want him to be?" Peering up at Lacey, Jade blew out a breath. "He's growing on me, but it's only been a month since Will." Jade trailed off. "Left like a coward?" Lacey crossed her arms. "Don't let Will keep you from giving someone else a chance." "Someone who just happens to be another high school football coach." Jade couldn't shake the whispers she'd heard after Will left. Some people blamed her, speculating that their breakup is why he wanted to leave, but that wasn't what happened. Will was at the airport when he called and told her that he got a new job. He said, "Jade, you know how important football is to me. I had to take it. They needed me immediately, and I have to pour everything I have into winning." But it's what he didn't say that spoke the loudest. He didn't ask her to come with him. He didn't say he was sorry he had to go. He didn't say that they'd make the distance work. He talked about football, which was clearly his first and only true love. Apparently, their year-long relationship was just shrapnel in his battle to be the best football coach. Lacey's voice cut through her racing thoughts. "Forget about Will, and definitely forget about the haters. People are always going to talk. So you have a thing for football coaches. Everyone has a type." Jade laughed. "Thanks, Lace." She could always count on her quick-witted friend for a boost. The first bell rang, signaling 5 minutes until school began. "Keep me posted," Lacey called as she headed to her classroom. Jade took a deep breath and tried to focus on her upcoming lesson. Instead, she kept thinking of her time with the football team. She noticed that they did need new blocking sleds. Theirs were clearly rusting and beaten down. And as for new jerseys, those were always a boost for team morale, which the players probably could use with Will leaving so suddenly. Most of all, Jade knew firsthand how hardcore River City was when it came to football. If they found out that Cam lost a donation to the art club, his reputation could take a hit that it might never recover from. Jade reached for her M&M stash, only to find it empty. "Great, my equivalent of coffee is gone." Taking a deep breath, she prayed, just like she'd been doing more and more lately. Although the breakup with Will had left her feeling broken, her faith remained that God could use all things for good. Once again, she really needed wisdom. "Lord, how am I supposed to make this decision when I care about the art students and the football players? And Cam?" Kids started streaming in. Jake took a deep breath. What's the right thing to do? When the bell rang Friday afternoon, Jade grabbed her purse and made her way to Mr. Wesley's office. She'd finally made a decision around 6th period. It was time to see how Cam would react. Hopefully they'd be able to agree. And if she was honest with herself, she hoped it wouldn't ruin the progress they'd made toward becoming friends, and maybe in the future, more. As Jade approached the school office, Mr. Wesley walked out with his coat on. "Hi, Mr. Wesley, are we having our meeting?" "Oh, Miss Easton, I just talked to Coach Smith a bit ago, and he told me that what y'all had decided." Jade felt like she had been hit in the chest by a linebacker. "What we decided?" she said slowly. "Yes, he told me how beneficial the role reversal was to you both. He said, and I quote, 'Getting to experience the art club made me realize how much it means to the students. It's clear that Miss Easton deserves the full $10,000. I can't wait to report back to my intervention cohort and tout the effectiveness of a role reversal.'" Mr. Wesley was practically bouncing on his toes. "Send me the list of items you'd like the school to purchase, and I look forward to admiring the work of the art club. I thought we could set up a display in the lunchroom. What do you think?" Yes, that sounds great." "Have a wonderful weekend. Go Cougars!" Mr. Wesley pumped his fist in the air and headed toward the exit. Jade didn't move. She was trying to wrap her head around what just happened. Cam gave the art club the entire donation? She was stunned. Her plan was to recommend they give the team and the art club $5,000 each. It seemed to be the fairest solution, but this she never expected. Walking to the boys' locker room, Jade felt dazed. She was about to walk in when a teenage boy came sprinting out, jolting her back to the present. "Oh, sorry. Hey, can you do me a favor? Could you go get Coach Smith for me?" Yeah, sure," he replied. "Thanks." Jade leaned against the hallway wall. A moment later, Cam stepped out and looked around. Seeing her, he halted. A smile spread across his face. "Miss Easton." "Coach Smith." The words that she wanted to say seemed to be stuck in her throat. Cam crossed his arms and tilted his head, his smile morphing into concern. "Is everything okay?" Yeah, I think so. I'm confused. You told Mr. Wesley the art club should have the full donation?" Cam nodded his head. "Yeah." "But you can't. I know the team really wanted those jerseys and the new equipment." "We don't need it all this year. We can raise the money over the summer." "But Cam, the community is ruthless. They're going to be expecting those jerseys. You don't want to get on the football fans' bad side, trust me." "Well, if anyone has a problem, they can come talk to me. Besides, it's not about how we look, it's about how we play. The best thing about football, I think, is the way it brings people together. We need to support one another on the field and off the field. We're all River City Cougars." Jade's heart pounded like football players running through the tunnel at game time. "Thank you." She felt tears threatening to spill down her cheeks. "The art club students are going to be so excited." "Good, y'all deserve it. The art club is important. I saw that firsthand." "Thank you," she said again. Emotions were running rampant, but she couldn't synthesize any of them into words. "Thanks for helping at practice. You really earned your nickname, the Bulldog." He chuckled, shaking his head. Jade bit her lip. "I'm a little competitive." "So I've learned." Jade lightly hit Cam's arm. The crease by his eyes when he smiled wide was back, and those eyes, they made her knees weak. It felt good to banter, to smile, to flirt. It had been a month of tears, but Cam's presence was a ray of sunlight shining through a dark storm cloud. "Well, good luck tonight," she said. "And watch out for their quarterback sneak. I'm sure you saw on the tape, but it's their go-to. Oh, and make sure the defense doesn't go for the trick." Jade stopped herself. "Sorry, I'm rambling. Tell the guys good luck for me. I know they'll do great." Cam leaned against the wall facing her. "Why don't you tell them yourself? Come coach with me tonight." I don't know." Jade stared down at the beige tile floor. "Is it because of him?" She lifted her gaze to the ceiling and exhaled. "So you heard. You really have a gift for coaching. We could use your input." Looking over at Cam, she saw the sincerity in his eyes. "After Will left, I didn't know if I'd even be able to attend a football game this season. But being at practice made me remember how much I love it, not because of him, but because I enjoy seeing the students doing what they're passionate about." "If Will left you, he didn't deserve you." Jade stared at Cam, taken off guard by his directness. Heat surged through her chest, and she couldn't deny that Cam Smith had whittled his way into her heart somehow. "Thanks for saying that. It's just the truth." Silence fell over them, and Jade wasn't sure what to say next. Thankfully, Cam spoke. "I hope you'll come to the game tonight. Even if you don't want to be on the sidelines, I'd like to take you out after." Jade felt her eyes go wide, and a smile spread across her face. "Coach Smith, are you asking me on a date?" Cam shook his head. "I was just going to take you out to Walmart. I figured you might be low on M&Ms after the week we had." Warmth rushed to her face. "But if you want it to be a date," he leaned into her with his shoulder. "I'm just kidding. After we get your M&M stash restocked, I'll take you for some food. Your choice." "How about if you guys win tonight, I'll let you choose." "That's a deal. An extra motivation." Jade's cheeks were sore from smiling. Nothing about this past week was what she expected. Who would have thought a role reversal could lead to a whole new lease on life? Maybe Mr. Wesley was onto something. It wasn't just a role reversal. It was a perspective shift, a jolt out of her comfort zone, a fresh start, an answer to prayer, and Jade couldn't wait to see what happened next.